decided on this exhibition, Art of the Everyday, in the autumn of 2019, a lot of artists started making work then. Then suddenly COVID arrived, and I thought, do I make fresh work now? Do I stick with my response to the theme, what I had about enhancing our everyday lives, or do I suddenly change? So this is why I decided to stay with the portraiture, but other artists might have made work a bit later, and they responded to COVID, which is great, because this is happening in our time, and each artist have responded to the theme in their own way. So I think it's a fantastic exhibition with that variety. When I had this opportunity with Art of the Everyday, I wanted to do something different in the sense of how people are enhancing our everyday, and especially to the people of Oldham, where they might not realise that the portrait of Sir Norman Stoller, he's built a Maggie's Centre, whereas anybody has cancer or their family and they're worried, they've got somewhere to go. I think the obvious choice is Peter Davis's portrait of his mother saying, "Stay safe, Mum," and it shows you how wearing a face mask became a regular occurrence. Now, we wouldn't have had that piece of work without COVID. And we had people like Christine Southworth, who she couldn't get to a studio, so what did she do? She found objects in her house to make art.
MAFA today has 118 members. We've just been recruiting more members, so it's now 118 members. They have diverse backgrounds. We have a good cross-section of sculptors, painters, printmakers, various types of printing. So it is really a good cross-section of art in the Northwest. I always say that I never know what's going to turn out when I start to paint. I'm not the type of artist that paints and I know I'm going to paint a bowl of flowers, or I know I'm going to paint a certain landscape that everyone will know where that landscape is, apart from the ones that I've done for this exhibition, which were done to a theme. The two paintings I've got in the exhibition at the moment are probably not typical of my artwork that I do at the moment, but it was done to the theme of Art of the Everyday. I live near Chat Moss, the big moss between Liverpool and Manchester. So I've done two paintings that relate to that. One of them is called Moss Pond, left after excavating sand from underneath the moss. So it's quite well known in my local area. And the other one was the moss more around Risley and Earlham, that area. Two of the more well-known artists that have been members of Manchester Academy of Fine Art. One was Ellis Lowry, that most people in the UK know, and he joined in the 1930s, but before joining he'd also been doing work with the Academy schools, where he honed some of his practice. And another well-known artist was Anne Swinnerton. Anne became the first female member of the Royal Academy, the first female to exhibit with the Royal Academy. So those are two really renowned members of Manchester Academy in the past. The easiest way to find out more about MAFA is to look on the website for Manchester Academy of Fine Art.